aquatic way of life. Their blood cells are also adapted to carry oxygen efficiently. In among the rocks lives another well-adapted high-altitude survivor, a small rodent called the pika. Like most animals living at high altitude, the pika is very efficient at extracting oxygen from the air. Its digestive system also converts nearly all the plant material it eats into energy, enabling it to outrun most of its predators. Living the high life has drawbacks. The cold slows down the pika's ability to reproduce. In the brief mountain summer, it can produce only 2 small litters. For a rodent, that's about the equivalent of 0 population growth. When the young arrive, their mothers keep them in dens beneath the surface to protect them from airborne predators. For birds, surviving at the top of the world is less of a problem. They're used to heights. But they've also had to make special adaptations to this extreme world. In the Andes Mountains of South America, the condor has the largest wingspan of any land-based bird, up to 10 feet across. At the wingtips are tough primary feathers. The condor splays them out, allowing it to conserve energy as it soars upward. Condors can fly 29,000 feet up, almost as high as Mount Everest. Condors also cover vast distances as they search for prey. They have extremely sharp eyesight and see the world in twice as much detail as we do. They can spot a rabbit from a distance of 1.25 miles. The condor's beak is curved and saber-like, well suited to ripping up a carcass. Its bald head and long neck allow it to reach right inside its victim to get at the really good bits. The condor builds its nest at dizzying heights so that its chicks are safe from predators. These magnificent birds are natural opportunists, ideally suited to life in the sky. The high plateaus of South America are also home to a relative of the camel, the guanaco. High in the Andes, night temperatures plummet to well below freezing. The guanaco, of course, has the obvious adaptation, a luxuriously thick fur coat, but it is also adapted even in the way it eats. The grass here is short and hard, so the guanaco's long lips are split down the middle, enabling it to get its sturdy teeth down close to the ground for gripping the short tufts. Its digestive system is also robust. The dominant male guanaco fiercely guards his territory, chasing off any rival for his harem. Guanacos must be sure-footed and fast across the ground. On these barren slopes, there's nowhere to hide. If attacked by a predator like the puma, which also survives up here, all the guanaco can do is run. Even young guanacos run almost from the moment of birth. They have to, not only because they are vulnerable to predators, but because of the freezing mountain temperatures and wind chill. A newborn guanaco that cannot get to its feet and move will soon die. It's no coincidence that most guanaco babies are born in the morning, allowing them the whole day to dry off and get moving before the night freeze sets in. On the other side of the world, the peaks of the Himalayas are home to one of the rarest and most beautiful high-altitude animals. The snow leopard can live up to 17,000 feet above sea level. It's protected from the snowy climate by a double fur coat, a woolly underlayer with a thick waterproof covering. The pads of the feet are also covered in hair, for warmth and to provide a soft cushion against the sharp rocks. There's not much to eat up here, apart from the odd ibex, so the leopard is built to catch whatever it can. The tail, which is almost as long as its body, may drag in the snow now, but it will serve as a counterbalance during a chase over some of Earth's most perilous terrain. Our knowledge of life at the top, though incomplete, is well advanced compared to what we know of the other extreme. Our last frontier, the deep. Even now, the oceans of our own world are more mysterious to us than the surface of Mars. The Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean is the deepest place on the planet, 7 miles below sea level. If Mount Everest stood there, its peak would still be under 7,000 feet of water. For us, it's an alien world even 300 feet below the surface. It's dark, it's cold, and the extreme pressure would quickly crush us flat. And yet fragile jellyfish somehow thrive here. Their ingenious adaptation is to become little more than organized seawater themselves. They are 95% liquid, so at any depth, the water pressure is the same inside as out. Their gelatinous bodies can also force water out of the central cavity in a form of jet propulsion. The deeper it gets, the more gelatinous the creatures seem to become. And it's not just the jellyfish. This is actually a snail. And this is a transparent eel. A deep-water jellyfish, with a difference. Seen from below, its silhouette would give away its presence to predators. But the atolla has bioluminescent cells on its underside. These cells emit strange light patterns, allowing the jellyfish to merge with the sunlight coming down from above and the clouds of tiny marine organisms. The tiny comb jelly is one of the most delicate of these gelatinous deep-water creatures. Thousands of tiny cilia along its flanks act like beautifully coordinated paddles. As they undulate, they reflect any available light and help camouflage the comb jelly. But in very deep water, there is no light, so the comb jelly produces its own. Animals at this depth need to make the best use of almost immeasurably small amounts of light. The transparent deep sea squid has powerful eyes to improve its chances of finding food in the dark. Next to its eyes, the squid also has an extra organ, an ultra-sensitive light detector. At the merest hint of light, it produces small electrical discharges, which alert the squid to the presence of a potential meal. Not much sunlight gets down here. Some fish, like the gigantorid, hang upright to make the most of it. Like most deep-sea fish, the gigantorid cannot perceive color, only white light. But it has binocular vision for better hunting. When the prey is right in the middle of its field of vision, the fish strikes. The telescopic eye fish is just as deadly, with the help of its extendable lower jaw. Some fish don't just sit and wait for something to come close. They actually use bait. The viperfish has a long lure which glows in the dark. When curious creatures get within range, the viperfish attacks. Its teeth are raked backwards to prevent escape, and its stomach can expand to accommodate the meal, allowing the viperfish to consume creatures twice its size. Lures come in different shapes and sizes, as do the fish that use them. This is a poisonous scorpion fish. It's strange that evolution should produce such vivid displays of color in pitch darkness. Scientists are still trying to figure out why deep-water creatures should be so colorful. Like many deep-sea species, the goosefish is new to science. It's a type of anglerfish, an appropriate name. That thing on the center of its head looks like food to other creatures. When an unsuspecting victim approaches, the goosefish scoops up its catch. But marine creatures don't just use lures when they're looking for food. They also use fish finders. The ratfish has highly specialized sensory cells, especially around its mouth, to detect minute electrical charges given off by other creatures. Once it detects an electrical charge, the ratfish dredges the sea floor, using jets of water from its mouth to uncover mollusks or crustaceans. The ratfish also has nutcracker jaws to open the shells. The world at the bottom of the ocean is too extreme for us to visit except by submersible, and even then for only a few hours at a time. So we have just begun to discover the strange adaptations of the creatures that live there. Some of these discoveries are relatively small. This may look like a cross between a jellyfish and a squid. In fact, it's a sea cucumber, discovered in 1996. Other sea cucumbers sweep up microscopic food particles from the ocean floor. But this one feeds as it glides.